All Might was about to get his back blown out live in front of millions of people, and everyone's praying for All Might so that it won't happen at all. But here's the thing that All For One don't know about. Bakugo just woke him back up for the second time on the brink of death, and he already knew the drill. So Deku decided to move Shigaraki to the side like he's a side piece, and he grabbed onto Bakugo. And Deku was ready to give him the biggest yeet of the century, and full sending Bakugo all the way to All Might. You knew that Deku was proud about that throw, but Shigaraki was trying to go for the rage bait, saying that you failed All Might. But Deku ain't even listening to a word what he had to say. He was too fixated on Bakugo reaching to All Might. But there was no need to worry because he made it in a flash. Not only that, hitting All For One with a devious ass explosion as well. You knew that he was fuming in that moment. And once that happened, everyone started to realize Bakugo. So once they made it to safety, All Might thanked him and gave him the last piece of Hercules. And it was the best gift that he ever gotten. While that was happening, All For One was on the verge to crash out, but he realized he didn't have time. So while he was rushing to Shigaraki's fight, Bakugo bursted out of nowhere and gave him the ultimate good with a smile on his face. And that's when he knew he unlocked the scariest side of Bakugo, because the king of the explosions was on an adrenaline rush. So young All For One had to go and try and lock in, and Shigaraki was looking all the way in the back just staring. So he decided to get out Deku's Black Whip for free, which reminds me he could have been stopped Bakugo for trying to get a chance to save All Might to guarantee his death, but hey, screw it, we ball. But Shigaraki and Deku knew that he had to go lock in as well. So that's when everyone decided to pull off the Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's when the battle starts. First thing All For One did is try to run away, because he thought he was not worth his time. But here's the thing, Bakugo loves it when they run. So Bakugo has his eyes on his prize, and he charges after him faster than rain could drop. And all you see is just fireworks behind him, chasing him down. And once he caught up to him, he was laughing, giving out Gear 5 Luffy vibes. That's when you know the adrenaline has kicked in. But anyways, he was falling all over the place and going through buildings. It was to the point that All For One started questioning who was he running away from. But Bakugo did not care at all. He was too busy being the honored one, while making his parents proud in the process. So Bakugo decided to hit him with a cinematic explosion, and hit All For One so badly to the point that he reminded him of someone, and that generally rage baited him. So once he recovered from the explosion, he started to yell at him, and at that point it made anyone laugh at him. So Bakugo decided to let him know that he needed to wake up to reality, put on that goat energy. So All For One had enough about everything that was happening, and he decided to go all out with one attack, while turning himself into the Joker in that process. So he decided to use a huge load of energy and use that to charge directly after Bakugo. And All Might was desperately telling Bakugo to back up, but Bakugo stood on business, and he knew what to do. So once All For One got close to him, he set off explosions in his mouth, and that stopped him in his tracks completely, making him look like a straight zombie. And Bakugo was excited to end his whole entire career, hitting him with his ultimate move. But All For One was not trying to let that happen, but he already gripped up his face and casted a huge explosion on him. But they were both not done yet, because All For One tried to fight back, so Bakugo pulled off a Vegeta and started spamming his explosions. And while all that was happening, all the quirks that he's stolen were making fun of him. And can we pause for a quick moment and talk about this real quick? How Hawks is still the favorite one even in that form? I'm just saying, I'm just pointing that out. But anyways, all of his quirks disappeared, and Bakugo grips his face again and gave him the ultimate good, and it was basically game. But the fight was almost over, because he still had to worry about the baby version of him. But Bakugo was about to run out of energy until he realized that he gotta go finish him off. So Baby For All tried to go for a desperate attempt, and he thought he got him. But Bakugo pulled off a reverse Uno card and sent him back to the Shadow Realm. And that was basically the end of the fight, making Bakugo the true winner. And that was the end of that episode. And I'm not gonna lie, they did this fight justice. I ain't gonna hold. When watching it, it's basically a whole cinematic movie, but it's basically just episodes though. Either or, at the end of the day, it was a good watch. And it's basically the end of this video as well. I really do hope that you enjoyed. I do have a Discord server. I do stream on Twitch as well. So if you want to stop on by in one of those two, then they be my guest. Also, I do have a Nintendo channel when I mainly post Nintendo games, which I need to get back onto, by the way. But that's besides the point though. I really do hope that you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time on a different video. If not, I hope you have a good life. I love y'all. Stay blessed.